Hi you guys, how are you? Happy Tuesday. I am going to do some stretching, so I thought that I would share with you guys so you can join along if you'd like. I'm feeling like doing some stretches like low to the ground, so if you want to join me, clear some space, have your yoga mat or whatever comfortable surface, and we could do a little stretch. So, okay, so let's start just kneeling like so, and then just taking a few moments to settle in. And then even while we're seated here, just checking in with our like posture, our alignment. Your spine, is it like nice and long and upright? Shoulders kind of wide across, shoulders back. And just taking a few moments. And then let's do a little wrist stretch. So bringing one arm out in front of us and then bringing our other hand and pulling these fingers downwards and towards our body, just so we feel a little stretch here. So I think I'm going to try out just putting these like mini kind of guided stretches or workouts or whatever, like kind of mini little sessions on YouTube. And then, because right now I'm feeling like that's just the right place for it. And then like I'll do like little shorter clips of it or something on TikTok and Instagram and whatnot. So we'll see how that works. Okay, we can drop our arms and then switch sides. And then when you're ready, you can drop your arms. You can just like shake it out, and then we can do some like little hand circles here to work our wrists some more. And then a little bit in the other direction. And then we can rest our arms. And then let's do this classic stretch, bringing one arm across the body and then holding that arm with this other bent arm, trying to keep this shoulder from like hunching up too much. And then switching sides with that same stretch. I'm about to go to the gym soon and do some strength training. So this is my stretch before working out, but it's just a good, I think, general stretch, if I must say. dropping both arms, can shake it out a little bit. And then just to get some movement in our legs, our lower body, why don't we do this stretch where we kind of lean back on the top of our feet. So just leaning back and then catching yourself with your hands. So we're just stretching out the top of our feet a little bit. And that could get sensitive, so do however much works for you. That was enough for me. And then from here, when you're ready, lifting up and like lifting the feet so that let's see, we're like sitting on our toes like this. I don't know how to explain that. So like we're stretching out kind of our toes. And you can sort of sway left and right. Okay, and then when you're ready, bringing your legs around and sitting on your butt. So legs are straight out in front of us. And here we could check in with our posture again. Does our spine feel aligned? Do our shoulders feel wide and proud? And then let's lift both arms over our head and do a little stretch here. And then we're going to lean forward. And one thing you could focus on is like keeping like your back kind of straight versus like hunched over, because really what matters is here the most in this stretch. I'm pretty stiff today, so I'm not stretching down all the way or even close, but that's okay. We just work with whatever we have. I'm just gonna turn this music off because I'm thinking about how sometimes YouTube just, even though this is supposed to be like, I don't know, safe music to use on social media, like it's not copyrighted or whatever, YouTube still flags it. So we'll just do silent stretching, well, no music stretching. And I even pay for that service to get like music that is usable online, but YouTube doesn't like it. So we just try and go with the flow, right? We just bob and weave and do what we can to keep going. And then when you're ready, you can sit back up. And then from here, bending one leg and just stepping over the other knee. And then now we're going to take the opposite elbow from this bent knee. So my right leg is bent, so I'm going to take my left elbow and twist my back. So the purpose is to like twist our spine here and our lower back. I'm pretty stiff today for me. So I'm not moving much, but that's okay. And then again, you can think of just that spine being like long and like lifted up. You can think of your shoulders being, you know, somewhat broad. And then we can untangle out of that and then switch sides. So now I'm bending my left leg and then stepping over the right leg and then twisting and hooking like my right elbow over the bent leg. And then we can untwist out of that and we could stay here and now just bending our legs, both legs. So our knees are out and our feet are touching. And then hands on both, like around our knees. And then again, just like lengthening and getting wider, taller with our torso. And then, as you guessed it, leaning forward. And you can like press your arms into your legs gently to sort of press them down. And then lifting up when you're ready. And then I'm gonna do one last stretch with you guys, like just a straddle split. So just bringing your legs out to whatever angle feels good to you today, so that you can just get a little bit of a gentle stretch. And then again, lengthening and getting wider, just more expansive. And then you could walk your hands out if you'd like. I think I'm just gonna rest on my forearms here. You know what I could do? I'm just thinking about going forward with how I'm going to like make these videos. I could just do no music in the room and then add music after using like whatever social media apps, Instagram or YouTube or whatever from their app. So then I think that might work. Anyway, when you're ready, you can lift up out of this straddle and bring yourself together. And then, of course, feel free to stretch more if you'd like. If there are other areas you want to stretch that you're motivated to stretch now. Anyway, I was thinking of these different stretches we could do together, and we can work on like flexibility. I'm thinking of doing like a little splits video sometime soon. Anyway,